Well, hello again there, here now, y'all. Uh, Wisconsin, maybe the U.S., possibly the world. Oh, who knows, maybe the universe. I know I'll never be a YouTube personality. I ain't got the umption and the gumption. Holy fuck. I gotta shave again, god damn it. See what y'all doing to me? When I do actually fucking talk? I've had a couple of bad days. Um, Nothing worse, nothing different than anybody else will ever have. Just bad days. I had a bit of a conundrum too. Got a job. Because unfortunately my last job, it ended. So be it. Didn't bring me on soon enough. Whatever. You gotta make money to survive. Got a different job. I'm good at it. People are awesome. Lead's a little bit of a prick, but he's good in his own way. One of those people that you gotta take with a grain of salt. Honestly, they've been pretty good to me over the last month. What I gotta get off my chest is more of a... I don't know how to say it. Fuck. I'm scruffy and I'm toothless. I feel like a fucking old homeless man. God damn it. Like, I don't feel like that. Like, mentally, when I look at myself, that's how I feel. Fuck, I can run a chainsaw. Oh my god, today I was so proud of myself. I was cutting up firewood. And it's all block firewood. It's stuff I got from work. I had a base log, so I wasn't cutting on the ground. I maybe left 2 or 3 marks in it out of all the firewood I cut. You're arm down with the chainsaw holding... first of all, this isn't the best way to cut wood. Trust me, if some 13-year-old fucking sees me this video, do not cut wood this way unless you're fucking experienced. But anyways, holding the wood down on the block, cutting. Most of the time I was either cutting next or on top of that block of wood. And man, I left like 4 marks in the wood. Couple on top, few on the side. And I mean, they're just like, and I mean, when I say marks, they're like, you could rub your finger over it and barely feel the fucker. And I'm like, hey, for the teeth on a chainsaw being 1/4 inch thick, 1/8 inch thick. Alright, I'll take it. I mean, I know I've been running a chainsaw a long time, but that's like damn near carving skills. I know I can fell a tree within 6 inches of where I want it. I was actually kind of impressed with myself. And I was doing it with a $60 chainsaw that I bought off of Amazon. Yeah, my steel's out of commission right now. I got about $100 worth of springs I gotta buy. Almost would have been better off buying the springs for that, but I was like, eh. And ended up doing a little bit of work on that $60 chainsaw off of Amazon, but I'm actually kind of impressed with it. Say it's better than a poplar, and not quite as good as a steel or a husky. I know we all have our us steel boys, and us and the husky boys have a little bit of a thing, but that's kind of like Chevy and Dodge. One young man said it the best. It's the best man. It's the man behind the wheel that makes the difference. Props up to him. But for a $60 chainsaw, I'm pretty fucking actually impressed. Fine, the lightwood, fine, poplar, shit like that, ate through it like nothing. Bogged down a little bit, like you could hear her working, like she didn't bog down like, nah, but she bogged down. You could hear her groaning a little bit. She didn't slow down, but she bogged down in the hardwood. And I was only doing like 4x4s and shit like that. So, I mean, overall, I'm actually pretty impressed with her. Like I said, it was a $60 fucking chainsaw off of Amazon. But anyways, off of that, I know the lighting here is not the greatest, but oh, by the way, hair's starting to train a little bit. 4 months later. Little wins in life, right? How do I say what I want to say? I guess is the question. Talking shit like about chainsaw, and that's been my life. My ex-wife really fucked my ass up. Love her to death. Always will. And that was the thing, is I will always love her. She blocked me, which is fine. Last conversation we had was really, really fine. Good. Just conversation. And then I went to call her the other night and I was blocked. And I was honestly concerned. I mean, she's a shit ass driver. She was working 2 jobs. I don't know if she is or not anymore. Blah blah. It was at the point of losing her license because of stupid shit and like falling asleep at the wheel and stuff like that. So I was concerned. Couldn't get a hold of her, and I had a buddy message her. She messaged him back and said, "Tell Luke I'm fine, but I'm not his problem anymore." Me being Luke. Or problem, worry, whatever. What she doesn't realize is she'll always be my worry. She did that to me. And I don't understand how women do that. At that part of it. Like, fuck, I've saved her life more than once, and I just don't understand how you can just go, well, fuck him. I get fuck him in the aspect of, alright, we're not together anymore, but I don't get the aspect of fuck him as in, who cares? I do, you dumb fucking bitch. Plus side. Yes, I use a Zippo, sorry. Plus side today. Hopefully I got to help a friend a little bit. We'll see how that goes. But I think my time in the workforce finally paid off. If not for me, it paid off for somebody. I'm gonna do a shout out. Shout out to Dax. DAX. If y'all haven't listened to him, especially any males that may see this, that are dads, are going to be dads, or want to be dads. I hate to say it, this song is one of those that you don't really want to listen to when you're depressed, but it's kind of good to listen to when you're depressed, because it'll break your ass fucking farther down and build you back up. But if you don't have a fighter spirit, don't listen to it when you're down, for sure. Like my dad taught me. My dad taught me a lot of good things. Hell, I love my dad. And for reasons, I will say that my mother can go jump off take a long walk off a short pier if she wants. I'll take her grave up and take a shit in her skull if I have to. Sorry. History. I've had a lot of long conversations about that history too. So, but listen to the song by Dax. I think it's "We Are Men" or "What It Means to Be Men." I think is what it is. What it means to be men. Like I said, don't do it if you're really down. It is a fucking amazing song, but if you do listen to it when you're down, listen to it for like a couple hours. Ball your ass off to it, and then let it build you back up. It is that good of a fucking song. It's North of Richmond Castles by Tom MacDonald. It's Dead Men Don't Die by Shinedown. Follow You Down by Shinedown. It is that good of a fucking damn song. It's one of those, I wouldn't say life, probably a life changer, but you gotta listen to it in the right mood. And, which, by the way, I want to give a shout out to somebody else too. Tired of Losing. I'm not sure of the name. It's CH Champ something. But if you Google or YouTube Tired of Losing, it'll pop right up. Definitely, if you're a man, hardworking like me, got stained hands and shit, I know it's more of a drug-based song, but if that's the case and you're tired of that being a druggie, I'm tired of being an alcoholic. So, we ain't different in any way, shape, or form. Well, I'm tired of being a diabetic, but Sorry. That one I can't get away from. Oh, God. Sorry. I crack myself up sometimes. I know I'm not that funny. Hey, what do you call a deer that's having a shitty day? A turdy pointer. Yeah, bad dad jokes. I know. Got you all day on those. Anyways, I've had a lot of good music come through my life in the last 6 months or so. Some of it's a little bit older. I didn't realize that Castles by Tom MacDonald was as old as it was. It's like 6 years old. Holy shit. I was like, and it really hit home to me being attempting to be a recovering alcoholic, if that makes any sense. I'm trying. I don't always have my best weeks. And I'm not an AA type of person. I don't believe in God, and tell you what though, it's still one day at a time. Every day's a win. But, people don't get that. Hey, being sober for a day, that's a fucking win. Other thing. I'm gonna challenge it's been a really mild winter where I live. Oh, it's January, end of January, and we're already back into the 30s and 40s. I think we only been -0 like maybe a handful of days. And where I live normally, we're colder than Alaska for January and February. We're usually colder than them for like 3 months out of the year. Hell, we barely had any fucking snow. But I did something this year. And it really, I don't want to say put me back to my roots. It did in a way. And if y'all don't know, I'm a fucking redneck from hell. I'm literally, my Marine buddy says the only thing that's tougher than me is a Marine. And he goes, well, you know how to survive more. But we're still tougher. We make crack jokes about it all the time. Unless you are friends with somebody in the military, you don't know how that stuff necessarily goes. Sorry. It just is how it is. But I shut off my gas and my electric this winter. And I wanted to take the winter, get back to roots. Now, I am using some electric. I'm paying the neighbor for enough to have a light and make a pot of coffee in the morning, charge my cell phone, that type of stuff. Very minor, basic shit that you kind of semi-need. Well, okay, light and coffee you don't need. Cell phone you don't really need unless it's work-related. Just a few amenities. And I've been compensating them for that. We have it worked out. but I've used wood, and I actually, most of the winter I didn't even use wood. Um, I just compensated. Like right now, I've got the wood going relatively warm out. I think it's, well, it was supposed to be up to like 34 today. It's not bad out right now, but as you can see, I'm sitting here completely fine inside. Uh, but I challenge you guys to. Everybody goes to like fitness challenges and stuff like that. I challenge you guys to get back to how we used to live. Like, get back to your basics. I actually found a place. If I had the opportunity to, I was gonna go winter camping. Um, it's like 3 hours away, or hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that away. Um, and then you gotta hike in and everything, and it's, I really actually did want to do it, but then I had the opportunity to do this instead, and kind of landed in my lap, and I'm like, well, do I go and do that? Or do I stay here, live my life, and actually function as a person and do it at the same time? And I took option B. Uh, I decided to do it, and it's, tell you the truth, not always the funnest, but I haven't gotten cold. I've survived, and I'm actually enjoying doing it. Um, you see a lot of these guys that do these outdoor things that, like building the shit outdoors and stuff, and I'm like, God, oh, there's one, beautiful, when he built that place in the cave on the mountains. Oh my God, beautiful. Uh, but I'm like, okay, you do that. But how would you do that nowadays? Um, I have well water, so it's a little bit different. Um, couldn't exactly do it in the city type thing. I don't know, variations there, but, and I don't really think that most cities ain't gonna be okay with you trying to turn your fireplace into a cooking area and a wash area and everything. But overall, I mean, it's better than one might think. It ain't perfect. And don't get me wrong, I borrowed a couple of hot showers and yeah, laundry. Okay, all right. I broke down. I've gone to the laundromat and gotten a couple of loads from my neighbors and stuff like that. Paid them for it, but I mean, overall, it hasn't been bad. I mean, work does get in the way. You got to work, and if you're working and you gotta work. Well, sometimes, you don't have the time to boil bath water or boil cold water, so sometimes you gotta go to a laundromat or. I get it, I get it, I get it. It's not 100%. But it gets you back to your roots, and it really gets you back to that mindset. What happens if all that shit does go to hell? I am looking forward to spring, and I'm thankful it's been a mild winter, but I made it through -10 couple of nights, plus the wind chill. I like I said, yeah, it's been mild, but it gets you back to the roots. Maybe I took the right winter to do it. And trust me, it ain't all been sitting in the house all fucking warm and cozy like this. Been a lot of sweatshirts and blankets at times, but I mean, god damn, I've been talking on now for damn near 30 minutes. But I mean, it ain't horrible. And we're talking it's the end of January right now. End of January, I'm sitting in my house, no electricity except for what I'm paying for from the neighbor. No heat. I'm running wood only. I'm not chilling. I'm not goosebumped or nothing like that. Like 34 degrees outside. I'm okay. I'll tell you what, I had a few extra blankets on when it was 10 below out with the wind. Trailer houses, they're leaky. Yeah. Oh, and the neighbors feed the animals during the summer. The wild animals. And complain because I don't cut my grass the first time till it seeds. And then I cut my grass the rest of the summer. But they feed them all winter long, and I've had a pet possum now for the 3rd year. I shot the last 3. This one I didn't have the heart to shoot. It was a little guy, and I just didn't have the heart to shoot a baby possum, so I got a wild outdoor cat. That's not a cat. Well, I got a wild outdoor cat too, but well, I can't blame him. He's just trying to survive too. I mean, it's because I was doing the same thing. Maybe I shot his fucking dad and brother and mom and sister. Fuck, who knows? But snap, crackle, pop. There goes the joints. Fucking old rodeo. Fucking injuries. Gotta love them. Knee's been holding up pretty good though. On that one, getting better. Doc says it's soft tissue damage. I'm like, I had a fucking 4,000 pound or 1,400 pound steer roll over that fucking knee. And then when I was working at another place, walking on concrete non-stop, put me on. It blew out. I felt the fucking knee blow out. Like, it felt like cold water running down my leg internally. And went to the doctor and everything. All medical blah 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 work related bullshit. Oh, we'll put you on light duty, but we can't see anything wrong, and blah 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 blah. Yeah, whatever. Guessing the injury just finally gave out after fucking 20 fucking years. Joy to fucking work compensation bullshit. So, by the way, anybody out there? If you have a work ethic and you like taking pride in your job, right here, work for these guys, apply, do it. If you get in there, I guarantee you there will be no job that you will ever be able to take more pride in. Also guarantee you, you'll also see the pride that you take in your job go to shit in about 2 weeks. That being said, oh boy, I've got I feel like I'm an advertisement for them. Sorry. Got the hat on and everything. I didn't even realize that. I did have a lot of pride in this job. I had a ton of pride in this job. They brought me in originally as a temp, and you got good work ethic, go with them. SEI. The other thing, not working for them. Took too long. I had to pay bills. But if you can't tell, I didn't mean to be wearing the shirt, but I'm very proud in what I did with that company. I love that company. I might. It depends. Well, I'm gonna give this job a good run. I see where I can take pride in this job too, but if you like taking pride in your job, go to SEI. Anyways, that being said, fuck, I've kind of gone all over the smorgasbord. You may not be the prettiest person, but you'll know your worth if you do what I did. And the other thing that you'll get back to is your roots, because it really brought me like hell. Going out camping, yeah, I can start a fire, no problem. Yeah, blah blah blah. I totally forgot how to heat a house. I totally forgot how to cook indoors. I clean. It was a little bit of a learning curve. Like I said, you're not always the cleanest. Been dealing with cutting firewood and dealing with a fire all day. You had to heat up a pot of water and take a bath. It is what it is. I mean, maybe that's where I went and took my pride. No offense to STI. Maybe that's after the job ended and I had to get a different job. Maybe that's where my pride went, as to myself. And getting back to them roots. Was I perfect about it? No. But I'll tell you what, it was enjoyable. Even with that fucking cold out there and that snow, it was enjoyable. I think I would have had way more fun if it was like down in Louisiana and I didn't have to deal with winter, but it it was nice getting back to my roots, and it was nice. Yeah, yeah. See, here I'm like all relaxed out on the couch, 34 degrees out, and literally I have a lamp, uh, and a hot pot of coffee. It's it was nice getting back and realizing that I still had the skill set that I used to have. I had told when I first started out, I'm like, chainsaw. Okay, yeah, chainsaw. I haven't been hand cutting wood. I've been using either a sawzall or a. I bought this little fucking $60 chainsaw, like I said, off of Amazon. Had work a little bit to get it back up, get it functioning properly, which didn't take a lot. But for a $60 chainsaw, it's like I said, it ain't bad. Um, I'd been using a sawzall to cut up the wood before that, so yeah, I was using power tools. Okay, so I'm not out there fucking hand sawing shit. Alright. It ain't fucking 1800 out there, but I okay, I gotta feel. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm gonna see. I fucking there. All right. I felt like it was an advertisement for a minute, for a while. Um, don't get me wrong. Great ass fucking company to work for if you got fucking work ethic. You don't even bother. You just want a job and a paycheck, get the fuck out of there. I have a lot of pride in that company. And even though it didn't work out, I have a ton of pride for this company. So, anyways, I just didn't want to be a walking advertisement for them. And yes, I have plenty of baseball caps to choose from. Alright? This was just the next closest one. I mean, people don't get it. I'm a diabetic, and I'm doing this because I want to know that I'm strong enough. Y'all that are normal, it should be a cakewalk for y'all. You try to keep your fucking drugs, drugs as in like your insulin and shit, from freezing and in working condition and shit like that. Oh my god. Keeping your pipes thawed in a fucking trailer without fucking actual heat and doing this shit this way? That was interesting. Like I said, do have well water. I'm on a plus on that one. But it ain't as easy as you guys think. I was inspired by my friend. Hopefully I helped her out. Uh, she stated a few years ago she was homeless, and plus for her, she's trying to get her life together and stuff. But she stated a few years ago she was homeless and she lived under a bridge, and I don't remember what it was exactly that she stated that she found. But it really resonated with me that she was homeless under the bridge in the middle of winter and she found this thing, and it just gave her so much joy. And I'm like, fuck. I'm sitting here fucking being a dumb bitch about a fucking woman that broke my heart. And I have all these skills that I haven't put to use in years, decades. Why not start using some of them? It's worth it. It is worth it to put those skills back into use. You're coming from a toothless redneck in the middle of fucking you know where. But at the end of January, I'm at home and I'm a freeze baby now. When I say a freeze baby, like I don't like it below 75 degrees. I'm a freeze baby. Sitting here in t-shirt. Well, I have a long sleeve t-shirt underneath the t-shirt, but they're all rolled up. I'm comfortable, alright? Jesus Christ, I don't need to know. I don't know what he's actually gonna fucking comment on it, but at the same time, I don't need anybody to be like, oh, well, I have got a long sleeve t-shirt underneath the t-shirt, but I'm sitting here in the fucking house. I am gonna have to stoke the fire here pretty fucking quick. Because I starting to feel the cold air move. But, I mean, like, come on. End of January in Wisconsin, I'm still fucking fine. Yeah, I've had to use a couple extra blankets. Yeah, I sat around the house in sweatshirts and wrapped up in a blanket. I survived. Y'all are bitching about so much goddamn fucking shit. Y'all bitch about everything. Y'all bitch about what you can't get paid for. Y'all bitch about... Jesus Christ, if I ever go back to jail, I hope I'm in California because I'm going back as a... See, my identification bracelet again broke. I'm gonna have to try to reglue that fucker. Go to California, and if I go to jail, I'm going to California because I'm gonna identify as a fucking 16-year-old female. I don't know. I mean, this shit is getting ridiculous on that end of stuff. Just just remember, you might have your life is so hard. I get it. Y'all had different hard days. Um, you might say going to college was hard. Good for you. I dropped out of college. You know why? Not as dumb as you think I am. I was going for a dual degree in engineering and electromechanical because I wanted to go into nano engineering. Dropped out because I wasn't going to ever see myself in a lab coat. Yeah, could you ever see this guy in a lab coat? Nah, ain't gonna work. This guy is definitely never going to be stuck in a lab coat. Alright. Copy, some of you are. Copy, get some of you do. And by the way, I think nano engineering is fucking amazing. I love it. Yeah, it's fucking brilliant. The aspects that it could be. But anyways, see me, I ain't ever gonna be stuck in a lab coat. But you in a lab coat, you ain't ever gonna be able to drive an excavator. You ain't ever gonna be able to drive a loader or dozer, heavy machinery, farm equipment. Maybe some of you can drive farm equipment. Maybe. And I guarantee you, none of you are going to be able to fucking scrape a fucking flea out of a tick's ass, though, with an excavator. Might not be able to light a lighter, big lighter with it, but... Hold on here. Sorry. Pants are getting bunched up. I'm not saying that you've had a harder life or a different life, or everybody's had their own hard lives. I'm just saying, don't say that you're better because you have a degree. Because I could have been in your position. You want my family background too? Okay, fine. My dad was a top accident reconstructionist for the state of Wisconsin, and my grandfather was the head of Allison Chalmers. He designed the power systems that we use today. Obviously, they're slightly smaller than they were back in the 40s, but and I think short of maybe numb, I think that's the only war my family hasn't been involved in. Because on my dad's side, I'm 3/4 German. I'm very, very German. That's actually due to one of my tattoos. The barcode on the back of my neck. Because of my German heritage. But on my mom's side, we go all the way back to the Mayflower. Like I said again, fuck my mom. For the shit, for the shit our family's gone through, fuck my mother, because she is the living epiphany of a cunt. But, oh shit. That stuck to my finger, fuck you. Sorry, I was trying to put out my cigarette and it stuck to my finger and fell out. patriarch, patriotism, patriarchy, patriarchy, and patriotism. I'm not sure of the first word. Uh, they run in my blood. Especially on my dad's side. My grandfather was a orphan from the First World Wars, and great grandfather, sorry. My grandfather, like I said, he was the head of engineering for Allison-Chalmers. He built the. I'm sorry, I'm rolling a cigarette right now. He built the electrical system that we use today. Yeah, it's Allison-Chalmers. Get over it. If you actually read a history book, you learn. And my great grandfather, like I said, came here. He was raised by. I don't know too much about it. I just know that he was raised by. He was an orphan, World War II, raised by a family, and believe it or not, he made a good life out of being a. What's the word now? He made shoes. And then my grandfather became the head of design for Allison-Chalmers. Engineering and design for Allison-Chalmers. My great uncle on my mom's side was a head mechanic for the Milwaukee Pacific Railroad, I think is what it was called. It's Northern Pacific is what it's called now, but I think it was Milwaukee Pacific at the time. I come from a very intelligent family, so people always fucking look at me for being a fucking goddamn redneck and say I'm dumb as shit. Yet, my first paid job was logging. And that man I respect a ton. I respect him just underneath my father. But he taught me. So my dad taught me a bunch of stuff, and my dad did teach me some confidence. But this man really taught me confidence because he told me when I was working for him, I was no different than anybody else on the crew. I could fucking spit and swear just as much as anybody else. No, get it? I'm like fucking 10, 12, maybe 13. I'm out logging with these people, and that man told me I am no different than any other fucking person on there. I do not call him sir. I call him by his first name. I am a man when I am there. Once we're out of there, then I gotta abide by mom's rules. I really respect that man, and I really hope I get to tell that to him before he dies. I really do. I actually have his phone number. Maybe I'll give him a call tomorrow or this weekend and tell him that. No, we were supposed to go out for a cup of coffee and we never got it, but I really do respect that man. Um, I literally, I respect. I respect about 5 people almost as close as I do to my dad, and I love my dad to death, and I will respect him. He's the one man and the one person that I will respect above all because he did teach me. I I love that, and it'll be a bad day for me when he dies. And I know it's coming, but I will do what my grandma said and remember him. But I know it's gonna fucking hurt. It hurt when she died. And I know what she said, and I know I was only like fucking 6 at the time when she told me what she told me, but I will shed a tear. But I will celebrate that man. It'll really suck if Pete has passed away, uh, and I didn't get to have that cup of coffee with him. That would really suck. Shit. Anyways, um, I'm talking about this because I'm kind of that last generation. Uh, I'm the late '80s. Uh, we're supposed to be this, but we're not this, and we're not them either. We're kind of in between. We were prior to technology, but no, kind of know it. Kind of know it. I'm gonna say that kind of know it, but we're still the badasses that our generation was before us because you got shit done. And hell, I had 2 hours of fucking chores every single fucking morning, every single night. And I was homeschooled, so if I didn't get shit done, I didn't get to go out. So you had to go and fucking get the shit done. My dad, that man can do a fucking page and a half math problem in his fucking goddamn head. I got faster than him at the periodic table uh, because he sat there and did that shit with me. That's why I respect that man. Those are the things. My mom and my sisters went to, what was it? I don't remember, Dad. I'm sorry. I think it was like South Dakota for something with the rodeo. Um, they went and did some church thing with the rodeo or something. Anyways, him and I had a weekend home alone, and our old farmhouse, it was a chimney. We burned wood. The pipes used to howl at night. They used to sing. My dad and I watched at least the first one, if not first two Critter movies. And I think it was Chucky and Jesus Christ, I didn't sleep for the whole fucking weekend. I ain't never been scared from a movie since. There ain't shit that ever scared me since. Hell, did I want to fucking get out of my bed if it wasn't light out, but oh god, walking down in that basement stoked the fire in the morning. Woo-wee! Oh, old creaky basement. Oh, after watching those, yeah. Uh, you got to remember when you're burning wood, you got to go down and stoke the wood stove in the morning. The first person to wake up goes and does it. It doesn't matter if you're fucking 5 or if you're fucking 20. Uh, First person up does it. God, the stories that I could tell from my childhood. My mom made tofu one time. And I don't know what she fucking tried to do. All I remember, as a guy, I know you know this. You sniffed the shit that you pulled out from between your toes after a fucking hard day's of work. You did it as a fucking kid. You did it as an adult. You've done it more than once. It's a guy thing. I'm sorry. I will actually admit I just did it the other week because I'm like, holy shit, that's fucking nasty ass shit. And I'm like, ew. And I'm like, yeah, yep. It's a guy thing. Uh, Should have learned our lessons the first time. We still do it. That's what it tasted like. None of us ate it. My 2 sisters, my dad, none of us ate it. I woke up in the middle of the night and to go downstairs. I snuck downstairs to go because there's upstairs. So my bedroom's right next to my parents' bedroom. So yeah, like you walk down this hallway and sorry, gotta get in here. Walk down the hallway. So you come up the stairs and then you come around the corner. My sister's room's right here on the corner. My other sister's room's right here on the opposite corner. So you come around the hallway like this. Come down the hall. Here's my bedroom. Here's my parents' bedroom. And anyways, I tried to sneak downstairs to go find something to eat because nobody ate it. And my mom's like, well, if you're not going to eat dinner, you're all going to go to bed hungry. That's how we grew up. I sneak downstairs. My dad's cooking a pizza. Shortly after I snuck downstairs, both my sisters come down behind me and he's like, I'll throw in another pizza if you guys keep your mouths shut. God. That's what a real man will do. I mean, but this is also the man that worked. He worked a full-time job, and then he worked at Kmart, which was like 20 fucking miles away, and rode his bike there to work part-time as a clerk. And this is the one thing that I will say my mom did. She taught me how to cook. 2 things, sorry. She taught me how to cook. And she'd bring us in to see my dad at work. Because, well, that was the only store around. But my mom also forgot me in Kmart when I was a kid. I was in a fucking stroller, too. My mom also stole $85,000 off of me. Yeah, I swear to God, If she wasn't that fat, I'd say she was a meth head. Maybe she was just doing pot all the time, but it was my dad that's the one that didn't do pot. What when I did pot when I was a kid, understood it because he did it as a teen. So my mom just didn't have a fucking reason. The only thing that I can understand is that the alcohol aspect of my life comes from her because that bitch, man, the one time I got into her fucking wine cabinet, holy fuck. As a teenager, me and my wife, or to be wife, had a weekend together, private weekend together, and we drank one of her bottles of wine, and holy fuck. The repercussions of that was she wanted me to go to prison. Yeah. So maybe if there's anything, hey Dad, I love you to death, but I don't. I think she was the alcoholic in the family. Actually, I know she was. And that's why I don't get why my sisters support her so much. Yeah. Okay. Some things are not meant for social media. Love my older sister to death. I would like to rebond with my younger sister. Both of them at this point in time, I hate because both of them have supported my mom and have lied through their asses. Um, it is what it is. That's the difference between family and blood. You can't pick family. You can pick blood. Like how I say that? Because I have people that are blood that I would die for. They don't know it, but I'd die for them. And then I have family. My dad is blood. My mom and sisters are family. And I have a feeling really short and fast in a hurry they're going to find out they really picked the wrong side. I think my dad is going to too. I love you, Dad. But I think really shortly shit's gonna fucking change. And I think they're gonna find out they're on the wrong side. Give me a second, I gotta go stoke that fire real quick, I think. throw some pine on there too. Sorry about this, people. I had to split some wood. Ooh. Someone's being a little argumentative. Jesus, awesome. Oh. Sorry, y'all. Had to cut some wood. Split. Not cut. Split. I got it all chunked up and inside. And the way I got it set up is I got my wood burner over a truck mat. Well, if you don't know what a truck mat is. Okay. So, a truck mat is a big rubber mat that you put down in the back of your fucking pickup in the bed to help protect the bed. Actually, it ends up just rotting the bed out, but it's fucking like that thick rubber mat. And, I mean, my wood's only 12 inches long, if that. So, splitting it inside is with a 3-pound maul. Oh gosh, now I gotta explain what a maul is. Maul is a really heavy axe that is made to split wood. Sorry, I realize I don't mean to sound like some of you guys are illiterate. You're just haven't had the experience. That's fine. It's just sometimes it gets draining because I've done this my entire life, and sometimes going over what I've had to do in my entire life gets a little bit draining. I mean, I don't expect a rocket scientist to know what a maul is. Sometimes they do. 90% of the time they don't. So, I got I think it's a 3 or 4 pound maul, short handled maul that's only about 18 inches long, give or take, versus your actual wood splitting maul, which would be 28 pound head, 28 pound head that's got a 6 or 7 foot handle on it for splitting huge, actual full, like, chunks of wood. I'm splitting little pieces that are only like 12 inches long, so I don't need something huge. So that being said, anyways, we got the fire stoked back up. This is all shit my dad taught me. Well, on top of being a full-time state trooper and working at Kmart and working part-time for other people, this man, his entire life, that's what I don't understand. Like, me, I like not working, but if I don't work, I don't know what to do with my time. Yet, when I'm in a relationship, Love to spend time with them. But I still got to do the work. And they don't understand that I got to work. I mean, work's work. Some of us are made to do it, some of us aren't. And you little fucking biddies that aren't made to work, you better shut the fuck up about having to work. Because the rest of us are paying your fucking goddamn wages. Let that one sink in. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, the other thing is, I'm not a fighter. I hate fighting. If I read out, some people say blackout, I read out. There's a difference. And I was talking to a guy about it the other day, and he's like, I've never read it out before, but I know what blacking out is in a fight. I'm like, I will push back on any single fight, but if I read out, and he goes, when you read out, what happens? And I'm like, you don't know friend from foe. And he's like, I'll black out, but I always know my friends. I'm like, yeah, when I read out, that's why I don't like to fight. Because I don't know a friend from foe. And you're there, you're there. And he goes, oh, damn. We were talking about it. And I got a story for y'all, too. Let's stop this video, because it's already an hour and 17 minutes. Start another one after I get another pot of coffee going.